going on, Goblins? Long time no see. This is UCAPOG Dan, coming at you ready for a Sir Premier draft. I know it's been a minute, but I've been really grinding this limited set for a while now, and I've been having a ton of fun, even though I haven't been like totally great. And so I figured, why not? I'll just flip on the recording. I think this is the first day of the Shadows of the Past of this being morbid and macabre. We just got out of the flashback Shadows of the Past, and so this is the first one I'll be doing here. Let's just jump right in. This has been like a really like hot and cold limited set for me. I've either trophied it or have done like 1 win or 2 win drafts. But regardless, I've been having a ton of fun, so I figured I'm just going to keep playing until I get bored. That seems to be the vibe I get from other content creators also. Like, it just seems like people have been loving this set. Shadows over Innistrad, originally when it first came out, was one of my favorite sets at the time as well, so it's not really a surprise for me, but it totally holds up. And the little Shadows of the Past cards have been super fun. Their mix of sets has been super fun, so I've been having a good time. Okay, let's see what's going on. I might be a little bit quiet this draft just because I'm going to be doing a lot of reading, but I'll point out the things that I think are good. Like, I know this Hanwar Garrison is actually kind of busted. 3 mana, 2/3, that when you attack, you get 2 1/1s. Alone is good, and then it might even be able to flip on you. So, aggro I find is good in this set, but is sometimes hard to get together, and so that could be good. The other cards I'm looking at are like Deathcap Cultivator, which I think is pretty good in limited. This Shrill Howler is fine. This Dauntless Cathar is really good. The rest I'm kind of ambivalent on. Briarbridge Patrol I think is, yeah, it's okay. So I'm between this Dauntless Cathar and this Hanwar Garrison. Unfortunately, these kind of want to go in the same deck. I think I'm going to take the Garrison and see where it goes. Maybe try to be aggro. Preventing Mass. I don't think this card is that great. There's a lot of funny, like, secretly bad, or maybe even, like, not so secretly bad rares in this set. And I think that's one of them. This is a human that looks for more humans. Could be good. Take inventory. Taking a take inventory early is a ton of fun because most people don't like to scoop them up, and you can just scoop up all of them and have just an insane take inventory deck. Seems okay. Manic Scribe I found to be good. Is there anything here that I like absolutely want? Might take this Courageous Outrider. It just draws another human. I don't love it. This Ride Down's pretty good, but not great. Sure. I don't feel great about that pick, but Hanwar Garrison is a human. Blood Mist can be good. I think it's a bit of a scam, but it is good top end in these aggro decks. What else is good here? Olivia's Dragoons is really good in the Madness deck, which we could definitely be black-red Madness aggro. I might take it just as a spec. I think this Blood Mist is fine. What does the Oracle say? Is Blood Mist any good? Blood Mist has a 2.1 and Olivia's Dragoon has a 3. Noose Constrictor, it says it's good too, which I believe. I think I'm going to take Olivia's Dragoon. Blood Mist is only okay. The Dragoon, I think, is like an essential card in Madness. And so I think if we can get into that deck, and if it happens to be open, we should be okay. Here's another Outrider. Does Dragoon happen to be a... No. This is Blood Mad Vampire, which I do think is genuinely good, but isn't awesome. Isn't awesome if you don't totally get there. We have Deadweight, which I think is good, and we have another Outrider, which might be good. Maybe I'll just take another Outrider. Sure. I mean, this more solidifies us into white. Those are also uncommons, which doesn't really mean too much, but just means that makes it harder for other people to get the good humans. Another cultivator, but I think we're too far away from that. Another take inventory. Pyrehound I think is awesome. And could go with a theoretical Hanwar Garrison deck. And Deadweight. This Doom Traveler might also be okay. Not great, but I kind of want to take this Deadweight or the Pyrehound. Let's take the Pyrehound. I don't know. If we end up in like red aggro, like both the Garrison and the Pyrehound are going to go in it, I'm still kind of suspicious on this Outrider. And I'd love to play this Dragoons, but I have noticed Madness is one of the top decks that's drafted, so it's can be hard to get into. I think this card's only fine. It's okay, but it'll definitely come back around. So Guardian Priest I think is good, actively good. We could also take this black-white land. Let's take the Priest. This Whelp is good in aggro. Also take this human. The issue here is that we don't actually have that many. Well, I guess the Courageous Outrider is a good human payoff, so maybe we're have a slight human payoff here. So worth taking the probably over the Whelp. Sure. I think this Feed Binder is like very okay. The Oracle likes Dawngrave. It likes Arsonist a decent amount too, interestingly enough. Sure. We'll lean in that direction. We could be red-white humans. It could be fun. Make Mischief I'm interested in too. This can't like it that much, right? 1.8. So it's okay. It's like a middling pick. Steadfast Cathar thinks is much better, which I agree with. But Make Mischief I haven't actually put in a deck yet, but every time it comes around I'm like, maybe it could be okay, but it just always seems like the 25th card in my pool. This Traitorous Blood could be cool. I don't think we're there. It's between that and this Ember High Wolf. I'm not against it. We could take this. Could be fun. We might be able to backdoor away into like a weird sack thing too. I don't think we're playing this anymore. This might be okay. I don't know. That I'm a little bit dubious about. Sure. At this point, I think I'm willing to take Doom Traveler. What does this think about Doom Traveler? It hates it. Oh no, it's brand new though, probably. So let's take Doom Traveler. Maybe we can end up in this sack deck where we're using Doom Traveler and Lunarch Mantle to fire up everything. I'm gonna leave this Pyround in here, but I'm guessing we're not gonna play it. But it could be okay if we get enough pump spells. Sure, I'm not sure if we want two of those. Ooh, Spell Queller is good for my Constructed. I really want to play around with Spell Queller and Constructed. So in previous drafts, I have just rare drafted it because I think it's a fun card, but we may not do that here. We may take something. Although, honestly, there's not a ton that I'd actively want to take. We could take this Indulgent Aristocrat and maybe, like, hedge towards the sack deck, because this could be very good in a sack deck. We could take the Spell Queller and hedge towards, like, blue-white something. Let's take the Aristocrat, I think. Yeah, we might have a little sack thing going on. This town Gossip Monger seemed crazy good when I played against it. So I think that might be the take. Sure, this Cryptolith, right, is also really good in the right deck. It's not totally out of the question for it to be good in this deck. It's just we're nowhere really near green. At this point, let's cut this pie around. But if we could use this Traitorous Blood in a sack shell, it could be a ton of fun. Unfortunately, there's not a ton of fixing in this set, so it's kind of hard to splash around. This card is good, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I think that card's very good. What do we want to wheel from here? Maybe this Gavany unhollowed? I don't know. Depending on what sack payoffs we get. I'm still not against going towards the sack deck. I think this is looking like a very okay aggro deck. Whereas if we can really, if sack ends up being the open lane, we could do very well in that space. For instance, here's a payoff for that. Ongoing Investigation is very good. Not for this deck, obviously. Rise of the Tide's kind of the same thing. I mean, we could spec. It's either this or the Deranged Whelp. I think this is good enough to spec on. Well, Hope Against Hope I think is good. I think this card's also good, though. What does it think about Gaia Reach Bandit? Yeah, it loves Gaia Reach Bandit. Okay, that's what I would have figured. Okay, I think that might be answer enough. I think now we just want to be... I think that's proof enough that red aggro is open, and so we should just be wanting to turn creatures sideways. Mad Prophet might be okay. No. I mean, maybe it's fine. It's good if we end up with, like, a small Madness package. Here's a Galvanic Bombardment that's going way too late, which means that they probably haven't been opened. Uncaged Fury is really good too, though. Ooh. Let's take the Bombardment, I think. I think there's just going to be more people fighting over it. I might be able to get a couple of those Uncaged Furies back. Okay, it's either this Vampire or this Borrowed Hostility. This Hostility did good work for me in the spells deck. I just don't think it's going to be that good in aggro. Let's take this. And now I kind of like really want a little discard package if I can find one. Brywolf, just good aggro. Yeah. Bard Grace I found to be a really good anthem. Maybe not really good. A playable anthem in this set. And I think I'm okay with having one. Do I want the sack outlet? I don't think so. Take another one. Take another wolf or spec on this land. Let's spec on the land, maybe. Doesn't seem like anyone's in green, so I'm happy to spec on the land, I think. We'll take one more and almost certainly not play it. This could be okay. What is the... I think it's the 2, so it's like replaceable. Fine. Apothecary Geist I don't think we're playing. Wow, okay. So no one's in the red sack deck, I don't think. That card's good. Oof, what do we want out of this pack? There's not a ton. Insolent Neonate's fine. Puncturing Light, I just don't think we want. Unfortunately, there's not really much in this pack that we're looking for. Maybe we'll spec on this Ulvenwald Mysteries? Is that like totally nuts? Or we just take this Bard Hostility? Or let's take the Neonate. We could splash it. Not totally against that. Is there anything else here that I'd super duper want? This Traitorous Blood went last. I'm curious what the AI thinks the Traitorous Blood is. Oh, it's brand new. Okay, interesting. That's why. Okay. I really wish... Like, I don't wish I went into the sack deck, but I do wish I had some sack payoffs for this Traitorous Blood. I didn't realize it'd be coming around so often, but we'll see if we could splash. Another Cryptolith, right? But a Dauntless Cathar here is probably what we're looking for. Yeah. So here's a Blood Mist that came around. I'm okay with taking it too. I think one is fine. We're going to cut off some of these like mid cards. What is this? Attacking creatures that control first strike is pretty good. But we don't have that many vampires. We might still take it. Speculate on it. Might be okay. I don't really like taking turn 3 off in an aggro deck. Ooh, the Raven Inspector is perfect. And the fact that it's going pick 6 means that humans at the very least is open. Which is not a surprise to us since we took a lot of good humans early. Did we get I haven't really been looking for a Hanwar Abandonments. I'm going to kick myself if we've passed them. Ride Down could be good. Oh, another Thraben Inspector? I think another Thraben Inspector is better. These have outperformed themselves the times I played them. I might take it too. Yeah, what else would I be taking? Nothing. That Bloodflow Connoisseur would have been great earlier in the draft. But we're pretty locked in right now. If this was best of 3, I'd take this Puncturing Light like without a second thought. Might still take it. And maybe play it, maybe not. Wow, another Traitorous Blood. I'll take another one. It could become a strategy now for us where we, like, that's how we finish the game. We deal as much damage early as we can, just keep taking creatures after that. Just get in there. I'm not against it. What would we want to cut? Probably this Ulrich. We unfortunately didn't see a ton of fixing. Enigmatic Chasm's funny. So I'll just take it, but I don't think we're going to play it. Let's cut the green. I don't think we need it, unfortunately. If we had gotten a couple extra red or green fixing lands, we maybe would have played it. This Doom Traveler is probably not aggressive enough. I only got one Galvanic Bombardment, unfortunately. What did we pass for it? We passed it for another red aggro card, I think. Whatever. We'll take this, but I don't think it's playing. This Groundskeeper is good in the Delirium deck. It's unfortunate it keeps going around. I guess no one's in Delirium, really. Well, Delirium self-mill. You have to be milling yourself in that deck for that card to be good, but I mean, that's typically when you want to be doing it, that deck anyway. Okay, I mean, we'll play the one Galvanic Bombardment. I'm just disappointed we didn't find another one. The Neonate might leave. The Lunarch Mantle is probably going to leave. Let's cut out like a lot of the cards we took just for spec. So Neonate, Mantle. Even though I think Neonate is good, even without Madness, this Ember Eyewolf might just maybe bad. We'll check. We'll take it out and check a curve after. Sure, Borrowed Grace is good. We'll take this out again just for now. Good. We basically want everything to say human on it, and then so the scout can grab as many things as possible. Missed. Mad Prophet I'm not totally into. But I mean, like, sifting through the deck could definitely be good. Yeah. Is there anything we want to play? So I'm a little concerned that our curve is a little low. We're a little 3-drop heavy, which is okay, but we want to be dealing more pressure, I think, on turn 2. If we can. I don't think we really can, though. I kind of want to run the 3 Traitorous Bloods, just because I think it's fun. And a fun way to maybe win the game. Is there anything like I'd actively want to cut? The 2 Thraben Inspectors I'm totally into. Town Gossipmonger, totally into. Bombardment's fine. So Guardian Priest I can hit or miss on, but being able to blanket a blocker for 1 mana is good in an aggro deck. Cathar is good. I'm not totally into this Fury Blade Vampire, but it is a very aggressive 2-drop. So I'm cool with it, I think. And we could just can we pump it in instant speed? Oh no, at the beginning of combat. It's less good, but a 2-mana 4/2 trample that you could just discard some meaningless card later in the game could definitely be good. Sure. Yep, definitely keeping that. I'm sad we had to pass the first Dauntless Cathar. I think this deck is fine. I mean, is there an argument to go down to 16? Probably not, with how many 3-drops we had. If we had more 2-drops, there could probably be an argument, but I don't think here. This Ulrich is good, too. I don't think it's worth just destroying our mana base for it, though. I think this is it. Let's see what it does. It never saved the mountains I wanted, so let's go get the sexy mountains. Where are they? Yeah. Oh, wait, why did it do that? Oops. Okay, and the plains. What does the curve look like? I'm kind of into that. I think it's fine. It's not awesome. I'd rather an extra 2-drop, but do I really want to ditch any 3-drops here? I think all the 3-drops are super good, except maybe Traitorous Blood. Maybe we can cut 1, but I think by the time we have 3, it becomes its own strategy. I think this is it. See you for the games.